One of the biggest barriers to growth is believing that you've already arrived when you haven't. When you believe that you've already arrived, you get to feel superior. And it's a way to feel protected and safe. And it's not about being superior and inferior. It is about finding the sweet spot that doesn't involve either of those two things, which is being vulnerable and understanding how powerful that is, regardless of whether other people think you're being inferior, so that they can feel superior. That's none of your goddamn business. You're in this for you. First one to get vulnerable wins. Except it's not a competition. Vulnerability feels like your heart being crushed into 1,000 pieces all the time. That's why it's so powerful. Because it's incredibly powerful to operate in this world as a vulnerable being. Having your heart crushed and knowing that you're safe. And the reason it's painful is because we resist that. The pain has nothing to do with vulnerability or love. It has to do with resistance. It's vulnerable to be in alignment with your intuition. It's vulnerable to have your thoughts and your feelings and your words to be in integrity with one another. It's vulnerable to be honest. It's vulnerable to be kind. It's vulnerable to not be how other people expect us to be. It's incredibly vulnerable to walk that path. And that path is like coming home. But that's what your heart's calling for. It's vulnerable to surrender, to not knowing what the outcome's going to look like. It's very vulnerable to embody, not just intellectualize, but embody the humility that you actually have no idea what you're doing. And the good news is that that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that you have no idea what you're doing. That's where you want to be all the time. When you start thinking inside of your head, oh, I finally got it, I'm now a master. That's the first thought to kill. Shoot it point blank. When you start thinking that you've got it all figured out, that's the time to start questioning your thoughts.